You know that anti-abortion legislation goes too far when someone like Pat Robertson has negative things to say about it. Here he is commenting on Alabama's ban on abortions.
I think Alabama has gone too far. They've passed a law that would give a 99-year prison sentence to people who commit abortion. There's no exception for rape or incest. It's an extreme law, and they want to challenge Roe versus Wade. But my humble view is that this is not the case we want to bring to the Supreme Court, because I think this one will lose.
So every once in a while, Pat Robertson shocks me. He certainly shocked me when he had done a segment supporting the transgender community, right?
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
I think so.
He has a little love in his heart for the trans community, and I think that's great. And this
not
surprised me.
for the rest of the gay community, by the way.
Of course not.
And everybody in the LGBT community is different, but he has said awful, hideous things about just about every kind of liberal, but specifically about the LGBT community, saying that they're the ones that cause hurricanes and disasters because they make God angry.
Just yesterday, he said that the earth will vomit us out if we pass equal protections for gay people in America.
Yeah, it's probably not the climate change. It's probably God vomiting.
Right.
Okay. It could be either one, but that's so. Look, sometimes I'll give Tucker Carlson credit, like he doesn't want to go to war with Iran, and people's heads explode, and they say you can't do that because Tucker's a racist, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, but we covered that, right? And Pat Robertson is a maniac in 1,000 different ways. The reason we're telling you that in this context is not to say like Pat Robertson is great. It's saying that maniac Pat Robertson, even he thinks the Alabama abortion law went too far. Man, and by the way, Michael Schur on Old School last night, another one of our shows, tyt.com/join to become a member and get all of our shows, pointed out that is a perfect clip for an ad that a Democratic Senate candidate can run in Alabama, saying when even Pat Robertson thinks you went too far, you might be a bit extreme. But last thing about it, I want to give you the full context. As you saw there at the end of the video, he said because he doesn't think that this is a good case to bring to the Supreme Court. It's not like he had a revelation, if you will, and an epiphany like, hey, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't take away women's rights. Maybe this is a theocracy. Like, no, he would love a theocracy. He's just saying it is so extreme that even the really right-wing Supreme Court might rule against it. So let's just go a little shade of under extreme so that the Supreme Court can take away women's rights effectively.
I feel like that is maybe the reason why Missouri didn't go as far as Alabama did with their abortion legislation, because in Missouri, it's an abortion ban after 8 weeks. So maybe look, all of these different states that are passing restrictive anti-abortion laws are eyeing the Supreme Court. They all have the same idea, and all these laws are a little different. So maybe this is a strategy by conservatives in America to try to see what will stick with the Supreme Court. I have no idea.
And one of the other things that they're doing is they're moving to Overton window. That's a political reference to shifting the debate, the ideological debate on that issue. So in reality, 70% of Americans are pro-choice. They say that Roe versus Wade should not be overturned. Only a quarter of Americans believe Roe versus Wade should be overturned. That's a really small minority, but we're having a conversation on that end of the spectrum. Should we go with Alabama, that puts doctors in jail for 99 years, or should we go with Missouri, that puts doctors in jail for 15 years? Oh, Missouri's more moderate. No, they're both insane and not at all representative of the country, or even their states. If you look at the state polling, it does not match the votes in their legislatures at all, even in states like Alabama and Missouri. And for the 70% of the country that is pro-choice, you need to understand the Republicans are not kidding. They are taking away your rights as we speak. They're taking away so much that even legendarily crazy Pat Robertson, who is a crazy religious theocrat, says they've gone too far. You might want to fight back. 2 easy ways to follow the Young Turks. One is hit the subscribe button down below, then you're a TYT subscriber. And second is ring the bell. And when you do that on YouTube, you're notified of our videos.